Hey everybody, welcome to the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. It's webcam time. I'm Mark Wilson on this weird day in our history, obviously 9/11/2009, 8 years ago. I have no words for it. Nothing ever does it justice. Horrible tragedy, September 11th, the terrorist attacks in New York and Pentagon and whatnot. So it's always a bittersweet day when we talk about the anniversary of 9/11, but let's never forget. Remember, we never forget. That's for sure, especially if you lost people in New York City that day or elsewhere. But we got some football business. Life continues, and this is Michigan-Notre Dame week at the Big House in Ann Arbor, at the Big Casa, at Su Casa Grande. And I'm wearing, you know what's weird? I didn't even realize it, but I'm wearing a tie today anyhow because I got stuff to do. But I happen to, it looks like, I thought it was a maize and blue tie, and I think it's more Notre Dame colors. I should almost take it off right now. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it off. Notre Dame colors. I can't take it. All right, I'm taking it off. I didn't mean to do that. Seriously, I didn't plan that. I just happened to look down and went, I think I'm wearing Notre Dame colors. Yeah, you could be out of focus for that, that's for sure. Notre Dame and Michigan, Bo Schembechler used to say Notre Dame. That's what he said, Notre Dame. He never said Irish. I never heard Bo ever use Fighting Irish or anything like that to describe Notre Dame. It was always Notre Dame. He had that disdain for Notre Dame. A little less than the disdain he had for Ohio State and even Michigan State, but there was no question about it that Bo was not a big fan. Always wanted to beat Notre Dame early. He always thought that was the early game. And this time it's not quite the panache that it has had in the past, when sometimes it's been not only the game of the week, but maybe the game of the year. Not the game of the century. Michigan State Notre Dame for that in 1966, the 10-10 tie, the famous 10-10 tie between Duffy Daugherty and Eric Parseghian. And of course next week will be, I'll do all that next week. That's Michigan State Notre Dame next week. But for now, Michigan and Notre Dame, they each won big games. Nevada was the 35-0 rout for the Irish, and of course it was Western Michigan for the Wolverines, the 31-7 blowout by Michigan. And by the way, that was Charlie Weiss's first shutout at Notre Dame. Is that possible? I have to look that up again, but I saw that somewhere in his 4 years. Both have been through hard times. Both have been through rough times. Each had their worst seasons in the last couple of years. Michigan last year, 2 years ago, it was Notre Dame at 3-9, just like Michigan last season. And here they stand, 1-0. Notre Dame is actually ranked. That's more of a historical bypass, I think, for Notre Dame to be ranked 18th in the country this early, coming back after a 6-6 season. They finished 7-6 with the bowl win over Hawaii, but for all intents and purposes, it was 6-6. Jimmy Clausen back as their quarterback. Golden Tate hasn't even gotten started as their receiver. Didn't have a good first game. But we'll see what Charlie Weiss has in his bag of tricks for Rich Rodriguez and Tate Forcier when they hit the field at 3:36 in Ann Arbor tomorrow on Saturday. Also, if you want, you can read about this in the Parker and the Man column today, in my column, the Michigan State Central Michigan game. That's the Spartans' opponent, East Lansing. Let's not ever take the Chippewas lightly, people, and especially with Dan Lefevre as the Central quarterback. Don't forget, 2 times in the 90s, 91 and 92. In fact, in 91, Michigan State, George Perlis, fresh off a Big Ten co-championship, went out and laid an egg in the opener against the Chippewas, 20-3. And then in 1992, they lost to them again at home, 24-20. So don't think that State, Mark D'Antonio, know your history. State has lost to Central Michigan. Actually, one of the better games in the series was 2001. Was actually in 2001, 8 years ago. We just talked about 2001. But that's the year that kid, the redshirt freshman at Central, James King from Oak Park, the Detroit area, blocked 4 kicks, 4 punts for Michigan State that day. For Central Michigan, he blocked 4 Michigan State kicks. That tied an NCAA record. So Michigan, Notre Dame, and Central and Michigan State are on tap for your college football games. NFL opener last night was very good. A lot of excitement. 13-10 final. Pittsburgh in overtime over Tennessee. Hines Ward fumbled the ball on the 4-yard line at the end of the game. Could have won it for Pittsburgh in regulation. They went to OT. And then the kid, Mike Wallace, not that Mike Wallace, the other Mike Wallace, kind of defended his receiver, Hines Ward, by getting him off the hook. He made a great grab of a Ben Roethlisberger pass. Roethlisberger was unbelievable, completing 33 of 43. And Pittsburgh won. So the defending world champion, Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers get off to a nice start. In Tennessee, we saw what their defense is still like, post Jim Schwartz, now the Lions head coach. And get ready for the Lions opener on Sunday, people. No more talking about this and that. The streak is at 17 straight games. That's the goal this weekend, is to get off the schneid on the streak and win for only the second time in 25 games. Still amazing to talk about that the Lions have lost 23 of 24. New blackout rules in the NFL. You can read about that as well in my column. There is the games can still be blacked out if you don't sell out, but there's now a way for you to watch them. Blacked out games. Not live, but still a way for you to watch them same day. So you can read about how. And finally, I know Wings fans weren't happy to see this, but maybe you saw it, the Penguins at the White House. With Barack Obama, the president introduced the Penguins and welcomed them to Washington, D.C. for their the yearly trip of the champion. Stanley Cup champs, Penguins. They gave Obama a number 44 jersey, sweater, if you're old school NHL, and the Wings saw that, and today they leave for Traverse City. Get ready for camp starting next week. Play a little golf up in TC, and then get to the business of hockey once again. So it's all there for you. Michigan-Notre Dame, I took off the tie. I threw it. Hold on. Here it is. I was right in doing that, right? I mean, look at the colors. That's like Michigan. It's both Michigan and Notre Dame colors. I should throw it backwards. Hold on. I'll throw it this way. There, go. Central Michigan, Michigan State NFL opener, new blackout rules, and the Penguins at the White House. There you go. Happy navigating, everybody.